Hey, I forgot to mention in this video that I'm doing a Q&A, so drop your questions below and I'll do that at some point. Peace. Hello everybody, I'm Heiji and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna go for a little story time, if you could not tell by the title, about a crazy, well not crazy, he's just not nice person, ex-girlfriend, a girlfriend I regret, etc, etc. Well, and you might be like, oh, Heiji, you're too ugly to have a girlfriend. And I'll say, shut the fuck up. I did this one time and it was a mistake. But I did not realize that until later on. So, let's start from the beginning. You used to be part of the friend group for the same friend group for the most of the time. Eventually, just got to know each other, etc., etc. You know the story. We date for about a month, etc. And then out of nowhere, out no signs, she breaks up with me. I was like, oh, that's sad. Quite frankly, I was upset, but I wasn't ultimately I wasn't too upset. Like, oh, the thing is, I had no self confidence at all. Like, oh, you probably hate me. You probably hate me. You hate me, don't you? No matter how many times I told her I didn't, she did not get through that head, and that'll be evident even more later in the story. And her excuse at the time is, "Oh, I'm busy with work, etc." I knew I had a sense he was bullshitting, but I didn't feel like pushing it, etc. She was at this time breaking up with me. She was also moving away, moving to a different school, like halfway across the country. Not ultimately not that far, about half an hour's drive away. But at my current age, I cannot get there easily. And so yeah, that happens. At the time, I thought, oh, we still like each other, she still likes me, etc. But we get just move on, etc. Like we'll see each other again. I'm saying etc. a lot because this was so the exact details are a little bit vague in my memory. So stay straight with me. Like later on, she she talk about boys. She's interested at that school. Like yeah, whatever. She had two boys after her. Like she made it at this point. She was making it clear she doesn't like me anymore. I like, oh, that is definitely upsetting. But meh. And guess what? As soon as both of them reject her, guess what she comes back to? Good old me, good old gullible me. Like you'll be asking, hey G, what you do next? You reject her? Yeah, you think that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Oh boy. Either way, like the absolute clown fool I am, I accepted that at that time. This I'm not used to this kind of stuff. Still no, I'm not really, but that's not the point. Um, the conversation generally started to die down, and it was just boring. The conversation was boring. We barely talked. Eventually, it just got to the point where we didn't really talk to each other. Then, around about this time, I'm starting to get information. Apparently, she she had a boyfriend in a different country whilst we were dating. I wasn't entirely sure about the timeline, but by the timeline it sounded like she had this boyfriend in a different country while we were dating. It's like, okay, that's a bit weird. Not really mad about it anymore because I'm at this point I'm pretty much over her. Then, like my closest friend came up with information, telling me, oh, that's not what she told us about breaking up. She told apparently I was not committed enough. I was not, etc. committed enough, not loving enough, etc. That's so she's been talking shit behind my back to my friends while also talking. Okay, is now this is starting where I start to regret. I'm starting to hate her a little bit. Every now and then, she would message me saying, first time it was over just help with math homework. She wasn't great at maths, which is an understatement of the century, but that's not the point. And so yeah, that happened. Then later on, I just completely ignored that. Then she came asking for my Netflix password. We haven't talked for a few months at this point, and out of the blue asking, "Oh, how are you? How are you?" I'm saying, I was like, "I'm fine." Then out of the complete blue, like pretty much instantly, like, "Oh, can I have your Netflix password?" And it's getting to this point, like, "Oh my god, the audacity of this bitch over here, it's incredible." And that's when it's starting to get. Next time she messages me, I like, "What do you want?" Because at this point, I just expect her to be asking something from me. She got offended. Oh, comes back to, "Oh, you hate me, don't you?" It's just like, once again, I don't hate you. It's I just do, but don't want to say that directly to her face, etc., etc. Because I'm not a complete jackass. Although I wanted to. Then the conversation just died off from there, and a few months later, I get a new friend. Happens to be a female, male, girl, whatever. Wanna fuck? I'm just awkward as shit. Then mutual friend told me, um, she was jealous. Like, she, me and her weren't even anything more than friends, and it was just like, Jesus Christ, that's kind of sad. Then the most recent of events was the fact that she basically messaged me to brag that she had a new boyfriend, and then asked, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend?" etc. Fully me fully well know that she thinks I had, and I said, "Oh, I lie," obviously, saying yes just to see what reaction. Unfortunately, I did not get to screenshot this, but she called her my who I thought I was dating a hoe. It was just out of the blue, just a final evidence of her true colors. Just then I tried to poke a reaction saying she's better than you were. I had just joking, etc. But yeah, that's that, and just kind of died down from there. So that's great. That's the story. I hope you enjoyed this story time, the background of mobile game fishers, because yes. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and share, etc. And goodbye.